Welcome back for match 2. We won the die roll. Ugh. Another not real fantastic hand here. Almost tempted to keep with Double Legion's Landing. I think we need to ship this though. If we were on the draw, I think I probably would keep it. But I think we just need more lands than that. Okay, this hand's better. Opponent keeps at 7. Let's keep. I think we're gonna pitch this. This is a good follow-up for the Vanguard, especially if my opponent's playing a more controlling deck. But we do need to find lands anyway, so we're gonna bottom him. Okay, Botanical Sanctum. Teamer Energy, it looks like. So Monument is truly the key in this matchup, but we have a lot of good other components. Ixalan's Binding is very good, takes care of Glorybringer, Chandra, and being on the play is nice too, because it means we're more likely to be able to interact with the Long Tusk Cub more quickly. Alright, we have a Vanguard. Cub is probably most likely. Servant of the Conduit I am okay with. We really would like to find a land here. Not quite. Alright, well we're going to attack in with our Vanguard, and then we're going to play Aviary Mechanic. Not going to get any real value off this, just play a 2/2 for 2, but I think we do need to add to the board when we're maybe having a little bit of a mana problems. Let's pull the planes back, and pass. Drawing a second Conquistador is always not really what you're hoping for, too. Okay, Bristling Hydra. Very solid. Definitely stops our offensive. We do have to find something that interacts. We can chump for a long time with Conquistadors, but really a monument is what the dream is here. So we could swing, we could force my opponent to burn 3 energy, take 4 for it. I don't think that that's really all that great. Let's just play our Mimic here, and we're going to choose Vampire. And pass back. So we do definitely need to find another land. But if we find another land, we play Legion Conquistador, that's a 3/3. We'll take a couple hits from Bristling Hydra, work our way up towards playing an Angel of Invention, or hopefully find a monument along the way, and then we can chump block this for a while longer. A lot of times the board just goes wide enough, the Bristling Hydra isn't all that effective of an attacker. Well, it's pretty good right now. I think I'm okay with blocking here. I think if we find a monument, we're okay without the mechanic. We have a lot of other stuff to do. And I don't want to let my opponent get in for free damage. I think we want to kind of stall out the game as long as possible here. We'll take 4, offer the trade here. Which I imagine my opponent's taking if he attacked with it. Interesting. That is very aggressive. Okay, go into 15 here. Gonna play another Hydra perhaps? That's a reason why you do that. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, Vizier's pretty sweet. Gonna make another Hydra? Okay. Yeah, starting to look grim. Nothing to play here. No obvious attacks. And no great blocks either. So we're going to take 9. I think we needed to hit our land drop there. That's alright though. I do think we're pretty good post board, even though it's not looking cool, looking real good for us here. Yeah, I think we just take it. What's the plan? Plan is to go down to 6 at least. Okay, go down to 5, so either one of them's lethal. I imagine he won't pump more than that. And then play a 3/3 Conquistador. Pray. Yeah, it's not great, because he can make a couple of or a couple of Thopters here too. I think we lose. Is there any merit to playing this? I can play that, chump block, chump block, chump block. I guess we technically go to 1. I'm gonna call this quits though. I think this game is over. Let's go to our sideboard. Okay, so Dust to Dawn, super good for the matchup. Answers Hydra very effectively, Long Tusk Cub, Rogue Refiner, Vizier, I guess. I guess it's not quite as good against Vizier, since a lot of the time he'll be able to replay it, but we actually have some Scavenger Grounds too, which ordinarily don't have as much of merit. I think you need the Sky Marchers, Angels of Invention, Angel of Sanctions, and Aethersphere Harvester, because you're hoping to get your opponent's Whirler Virtuosos and keep them from really being able to beat in. The Mimics are less good if you're bringing in Dust to Dawn. And actually, I think that Vampire Zeal is less good too, because a lot of the time your opponent has either good ways to interact instant speed or things that pump. There are times where this will be good, but I think a lot of the time we win this game by just kind of forcing it to go long. Everin Feign is not great. Optorest is. Probably cut. I'm always kind of on the fence with the Angel of Sanctions. It is a flying blocker, but it also dies to Roan Duskendon, which is a little bit awkward. Yeah, maybe we'll cut him. I could see cutting maybe a Thopter Arrest, Ixalan's Binding, or Cast Out. Kind of like having 2 Cast Outs, because a lot of times they do have Glorybringer. Let's run this. Alright. And hope to find our Monument and Dust to Dawn. Those are the 2 big plays here. Okay, this hand's pretty good. Don't love having 2 monuments in hand, but we have lands. We have half of the aviary mechanics that we need too, so let's go ahead and keep. There are a lot of cards that make this hand very good. We draw one of our mini Conquistadors, it's pretty fantastic. We draw another aviary mechanic, it's pretty fantastic. Legion's Landing would be solid. And, you know, this deck just likes Dust to Dawn in general, so. It's a little bit awkward. Whenever you have a Vanguard in play, you have to be careful not to F6, which I've definitely been punished before. So, most opponents won't go for it, but once in a while, if they're feeling especially mischievous, they can get you. Alright, let's crack in for 3 here. Already looking better than we did last game. And we'll play a Monument. So if my opponent's aware of this deck, which probably is, he may have brought in a Braids, which means the second Monument actually may not be a wasted card too. If it seemed like we were playing Monument, which I think my opponent can probably guess that we were, then I imagine he did. Hey, another Attune. Kind of a slow start for my opponent, it looks like. Surrender the Conduit. I am okay with this. Ooh, Conquistador is fantastic there. Let's go ahead and crack with our Vanguard. Now we're kind of looking for Shafet Dunes. Imagine there's no block. Yeah, down to 14. We get to play a Conquistador. Draw a whole bunch more Conquistadors, and then we've got a lot of gas going forward. It's funny, because this card looks so very low impact, but if you got a Monument in play, starts feeling pretty great pretty fast. Alright, and now my opponent's gotta have something medium good here. Hydra still isn't bad, that stops our immediate offensive. But we can continue to go wide with our Conquistadors, and I think he's got a tough time making his way through then. We also have Thopter Arrest to answer Glorybringer. Chandra on its own right here isn't super impressive. I guess if he plays like Hydra and then Chandra, it's a little bit awkward. Okay, there's the Abrade. So ordinarily that would be very, very good for my opponent, but with a Monument in play, it's a little bit less so. Okay, Rogue Refiner's solid. Or I guess not with Monument in play, with another Monument to play. Okay, Vanguard's a pretty good follow-up. So we're going to swing with our Vanguard, 2 Legion Conquistadors. I imagine he'll trade there. We'll take my opponent down to 9. Play a Monument, play another Vanguard, and we're successfully going wide. some decent value for my opponent, but we definitely had the tempo plays here. That's not even that bad since the Legion Conquistadors were kind of free draws, and we got a warrior out of it. It's kind of hard to evaluate individually, and maybe not all that valuable to evaluate individually. My opponent's getting fairly close to just being dead here. Hydra again would be decent, but not even absurd. Confiscation coup. Okay. That's pretty good, except for it doesn't do anything immediately. So we're just going to Thopter Rest and kill my opponent. Was he dead anyway? 3, 5? Nope, I guess he goes to 1. But we have Thopter Rest, so no point being fancy. Okay, well, first game was pretty one-sided for my opponent. The second game looked pretty great for us. Guess it all comes down to this, doesn't it? Do I want to change anything on the draw? Still don't like Mavern Fane. I don't think so. Nope. Let's run it back. Confiscation coup is reasonable against us, but... okay, this hand is fine, not absurd. If we find a Legion's Landing, this hand is very, very good, but we do have some early interaction and a cast out. This is kind of weak to Long Tusk Cub, although early Long Tusk Cubs are kind of bad for us in general, and actually the Thopter Rest shores that up pretty nicely. Okay. Ooh, there's the Legion's Landing. I do like that. So let's swing with our Sky Marcher, play a Vanguard. This is a slower source of tokens than the Monument, but it's also a little bit harder for my opponent to answer. Confiscation coup, as it's once still landing, I guess works, but... And just making a 1/1 lifelink every turn does a really good job of drawing out the game. Okay, he's got the Attune. I guess a little bit awkward they had to play this as a tapped land first turn. Maybe a little bit of a clunky mana opening for my opponent. And he went and got a Forest. Servant. So I'm kind of hoping my opponent wants to spend some energy to clock us a little bit harder here. I'm not going to block. Okay, yep. Just tossing counters on. Perfect. I guess we could pay or block and pay life, but... So I think we're going to get rid of the cast out at this point. Well, no, that's a lie. Sorry. We would rather play Thopter's Arrest than Legion Landing. Especially because we don't have a Dust to Dawn in hand right now. We'll take 2 from the Servant next turn. Then we'll be able to play Legion's Landing and cast out, worst comes to worst. Swing with both these guys. I will pay the life if he blocks. I'm kind of hoping he won't. Okay. Because I want to have 3 creatures for Legion's Landing soon. Let's get rid of this cub. Alright, so Hydra's not unlikely. Ooh, Glorybringer. Okay, well. That's solid. We do need to find a land pretty desperately then. Zerting even. Gonna kill our Skyborn. Okay. Our Sky Marcher. Alright, yeah, really need to find a land now. I guess we get kind of a turn for reprieve because he exerted, but land would be good. Which, well, I guess Dust to Dawn is good if we find a land. So I guess we're gonna exile cast out, because Dusk still answers this pretty well. Or does Ixalan Binding as well. So let's do this first. Harvester. A Legion's Landing, and we're going to swing with our Vanguard. We could keep these back to try and block the Servant, but that feels pretty bad. So the hope here is he plays another big threat, we hit a land, and we get to blow him out. Harvester, I guess, does block Glorybringer. Okay. It forces him to exert and target the... Well, no, he can, because when he swings, he has to target something else. So, Glorybringer will get to pick stuff off, but doesn't necessarily kill us either. Okay. There's the land. We could just play Ixalan's Mining on the Glorybringer and try and convince my opponent to pump with Long Tusk Cub. We also play Aether Sphere Harvester and stall around. Yeah, maybe that's best. That might encourage my opponent to boost his Long Tusk Cub. Then we can dust it on. Playing a dangerous game with our life total, we don't want to go too low. We also want to get our value. If he plays another Glorybringer, we can still chump and we're not just dead. Right now he swings with all of these. I need the Vampire to chump block, probably. Let's keep them both back. We'll activate Harvester. We may be chumping with the Vanguard here. We can swing with the Vanguard, take my opponent down to 9. Yeah, I guess let's do that very first. Maybe he tries to block and gets fancy. And pumps the Long Tusk Cub too. Probably not, yeah. Okay, so we've got one blocker with the Aether Sphere Harvester. I guess that was bags. If he has Harness Lightning, then we die probably. This goes up to 3. I guess we go to 1. Yeah, we shouldn't have swung with the Vanguard there. Oh no. Oh, or Spell Pierce is pretty good too. Alright, yeah, shouldn't have swung with the Vanguard there. Yeah, or could have done... Yeah, that was unfortunate. So are we dead then? So that gets up to 4, 4... yep, we're dead. Man. Alright, well... A bit of a disappointing loss. I think this is a good matchup for us. Maybe a little bit too greedy with our Dustodon. Should have just tried to kill Glorybringer immediately. Yeah, we are super dead. Yep. Well, darn. Alright, 1-1. Not our most fantastic start. Yeah, ugh. I felt like that was a pretty good hand. We just didn't quite get our lands on time, couldn't ever quite flip the Legion's Landing. Yeah, just not quite enough, a roundabout. Well, in any case, I'll see you guys for match 3.